drink. They call it all sorts of names. You know, 10,000 rand. Imagine, look at the margin. Look at the margin. You're looking for something of 100 million rand, and somebody saying 10,000. I was like, 10,000. That's nothing. When you do that, when you give that 10,000 rand, the cost of that 100 million rand business, you have, what I'm going to say is going to be extreme, but just permit me. You have put a curse on that business. Maybe you can relate to that or not, but you have damaged the future or the integrity or the great value of that business. And what is going to happen is that it's going to haunt you and hurt you. So please, integrity is key. I have learned it hard way. And I vowed never. It's because we come from different backgrounds, we come from different community, we come from different environments, and growing up, there are things that looked okay. There were things that look okay, and there were things that, you know, you just do it because everybody is doing it, because nobody sees you. A better life for humanity kind of vision that is going to make national, continental, and eventually global impact, then you would know that there are things that you shouldn't be doing. There are things that you shouldn't let it be part of your business. And one of them is bribe. Thank you for asking. That's what I've been trying to say. Don't bribe. Don't take one and don't give one. Avoid lies. Avoid lies. White lies. Pink lies. Oh, that's relative, but she said lawyers lie, so that's very relative, but you know, even if we look at that, say the statement lawyers lie, it has to be in a proper context. You are defending somebody, you know, that's what you're trained to do, but we don't want to go into details of that, you know, because, you know, so, but most importantly, very important, integrity. VW, especially most of the car companies, you probably have read it or heard it in the news. You know, one of the things that they do is that they manipulate the carbon emission from their products, their cars. They manipulate it. You know, they doctor the result or the report that comes from that. And it comes, you know, it always comes out. The one of Toyota, you know, is the, I think, brake or clutch or something like that. You know, I'm just making, you know, extreme examples. But let's take the beverage business as an example. So, according to SABS, the Standard Bureau Organization, drink, it should be 2 grams of sugar, you know. But because you want to save cost, you put 0.5 gram of sugar. And you wrote, you know, 2 on the lip. It's as simple as that. And it's as extreme as far as you can go.
Thank you, Sam. Talking about integrity, I buy what you say about bribes, because maybe you're speaking from a Christian perspective. But now I want to speak from a secular perspective, whereby you're put in that corner, talking about tenders, you're put in that corner where it is the order of the day. You need to do things, fun things, to get those doors open. And as a businessman, your file has been lying there for ages and you want me to move. How do you go about that? I mean, there are sometimes you need to break some of those rules, yes, to see that the business moves forward.
What is most important to you, your life or your business?
Both.
What is most important? I told you that, sorry, I'll come to you. I told you that I learned the hard way. Thank you for saying, maybe I'm speaking from a Christian, that's absolutely true. Because I was born into an Islamic home and not to demoralize any religion. I was born into an Islamic home, so I grew up as a Muslim. Glory be to God, I found Christ, and my life has changed since I found Him, and I've learned a lot of things, since then. And I am a tither. So, talking about bribe and tender, I told you when I got into this country, I was working in an office and all of that. So one of them, said to me, let's register a business. We use the business for tenders. And I did register the business and we started this tender thing. Later I found out, he would tell me, let's go and have breakfast or lunch, with people from the department of that, department of this and all of that. I didn't know earlier that taking them to those lunch and breakfast and all of that is a way of bribing them. Then I discovered later. Then I went to God and I said, I want to make big money from tender. I have started, but this is how it is working. God, I need help. And I did pray because I need to break out of that. The reason why I need to break out of that is because if I continue to pay bribe, it's going to put a curse on my tithe, and there will be no harvest. So the reason why I ask you the question, what is most important to you between your life and your business, is because even if you are not a Christian, you have life. And you have to choose. It's a choice. It's a choice. You have to choose which one is most important to you. You want to build a business that will that will turn over 1 billion rand in 5 years, that you have bribed your way into, and 10 years after they come knocking. And you see, when you have lied once or twice, especially with this tender and the bribe thing, when you have lied once or twice, when you get exposed, how would you cover? With another lie. So, my sister, let's talk to each other individually. Yes, things are going on out there. Nobody's denying it. But I have made my own choice. I've got my daughter here. I want to confidently sit with her in 5 or 10 years' time and say, this is how we got here. That's life. That's not just business. So, you have to make your choice. If building businesses and driving big cars and, jumping all over the town and all of you, it's a choice. And that people do it doesn't mean it's right. Or that majority do it. That doesn't make it right. As an individual, you would have to make your choice. I have made mine. Please make your own choice and make the right choice of of not paying or receiving, right? If I sit down with you, I'll tell you my, entire story, and I'll tell you the mistakes that I've made and how the mistakes have haunted me and hurt me. But glory be to God, I'm still, in a good age to correct all of that. So integrity is key. Thank you. Please go. So someone is building big business. This lady, her name is Apata. So she's a tech entrepreneur. I just want to use her as an example. Please go to the next slide. This is our advice. Learn to trust your intuition and pursue the areas that interest you most. Don't try to be like others. Use your own unique perspective of the world to generate ideas, and don't be afraid to pursue those. You must be able to come up with an idea and trust yourself enough to pursue it. That's from a lady. It's not my quote. It's a lady like you. And she's doing very well. Here's another one. She's building big businesses, and her name is Shambo. She's the first South African 100% black-owned aviation company. 100%. So it's like your SA, your Mango, and your Kulula, and all of that. She's a lady. And there is a mantra. There is a mantra. Simongile's personal mantra. I know who I am not. Does that say something to what we just discussed about integrity and know who you are not, know who you are? So she said, I know who I am not. I can never forget where I come from. We all have past. I know where I am going. To reach for my dreams and conquer the challenges, I will dare to be different. And with proper guidance and direction, and with God on my side, nothing is impossible. I am indeed future leader. So you too can build big businesses. You too can do it. Say, I can do it.
I can do it.
I can build big businesses.
I can build big businesses.
Let's see what else do we have. So for more women in entrepreneurship, inspiring stories like the ones we just saw, you can go to that website, lionessofafrica.com. There are tons and hundreds of inspiring stories. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So I believe we'll still have the panel, then. Okay, we'll still have the panel discussion, and please, if you have questions, just keep them for the panel discussion. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you.